Team Liquid versus Gaimin Gladiators. It has happened 12 different times this season. This is going to be lucky number 13, I suppose. And it's the first time that these two teams have faced up against each other in an elimination match that is not the finals.
Swift.
Here it comes. Bounty runes out in the field. Immediately, Liquid are going to try and battle Gaimin Gladiators, but it's going to be iNSaNiA who's looking close to dying first. tOfu, he barely managed to live long enough. Holds on so Quinn can claim that coveted first blood. And even Boxi, who does have the Shikuchi, yes, but they have the Bloodseeker. They see him, but they can't hit him. At least not yet. Yeah, Nisha starts off really strong. It's 4 denies already and a lot of damage onto the Necro. If he can keep that kind of pace, then he'll prevent the Necro from being able to get that regen. But it does become harder over time. They're going to jump on his eye here, hitting their level 2, while the Kunkka is still shy of that. Zai will manage to walk it off. They actually get pretty low here. Boxi is going to take advantage of this. He should easily be able to pick up at least 1 kill. Seleri pops the Fairy Fire. Zai's coming in as well. Can he hit the swing required? He turns back to dyrachyo instead. A torrent to the side and catches him. Boxi will now be able to finish him up. Unless dyrachyo can somehow keep himself alive through getting last hits, but no. Run down by the Shikuchi. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, tOfu picks up yet another kill, but iNSaNiA is already back into it, shows up with the blood grenade. They'll have their revenge, perhaps, but miCKe may cost his life as he's going to try and limp away. Ace, dive in the tower.
Oh, it's a bad dive.
Now he gets a little bit of a stun underneath the tower. Want to turn around. Liquid will manage to pick up a double off of that when it looked like for sure it was going to be a trade-off 1-for-1.
These are just brawls of a lane, man. And already we're seeing this aura do work bottom. Pugna with such high move speed, such good attack animation. Just this is not what I expected out of Liquid. I expect Boxi to want to respond to this, or at least create pressure on dyrachyo, try and bring him back. That's what they're doing. They're going for the kill on the Bloodseeker right now.
Forced to TP away. Barely makes it. Meanwhile, here comes that rotation, but TP immediately coming out from the Weaver, so Gaimin Gladiators may not be able to go for this dive as much as they want. Nice hits, though. Seleri landing all of the Fire Spirits on miCKe, and that'll finish him off. Boxi's going to try and trade out on Seleri, but Ace is trying to protect his support, staying close by until the dive is ready to go. Or do you feel like dyrachyo is not too happy about keeping out of the lane and missing so much CS?
I mean, I think dyrachyo is happy with that. He's not giving a lot of XP to Zai. The better of the outcome, especially when the team made the first move.
Nisha going to be in some trouble. Instantly hit with the silence, and that's enough. Lock him down with the Reaper Sight underneath those ghosts. And while Zai is being run down by dyrachyo as he made his way back to lane pretty quickly, thanks in part to those phase boots. Especially given the mobility of some of the Liquid heroes. They just like stomp and then straight up egg, then you might be able to just run away from all that. Set.
Why the calling is going to be a very vital spell for all these games.
Rupture and Reaper Scythe is a deadly combo for anybody caught out like Zai is. He's going to use the boat almost immediately. See if he can get enough heals. There is going to be that boat buff to be able to help him out. They're going to pop the Supernova. They go for the Reaper Scythe kill onto the Pugna instead and leave Zai for last. They're going to have to dive him underneath the tower. dyrachyo's pretty sped up here. miCKe's trying to help him out, but the Stampede is going to run over Zai, and they finish him off and run through all of this. Dead shot going to miss from tOfu, and now Nisha starts putting some damage back onto Gaimin Gladiators. With Boxi coming in from behind, there's potential here, but they're fighting into the Necrophos. It's going to be pretty tough with all that sustained, so.
And miCKe, he's gone for the farming Luna build here. You can't blame him for it. I mean, this is standard, but no Eclipse that's coming out in some. So right now, it's Gaming's opportunity to make.
I love this. Gaimin Gladiators keep the pace up.
Straight
you
back.
Caught him out with 2 heroes dead. They probably TP'd out the lane, and Nisha is going to be caught alone with no response, and they will quickly take that tower as a result of that pickoff.
Damn, does it start to hurt when those glaives start bouncing around with the extra attack speed? Damn. Great combination to go late game with it, especially with the buildup you go for now with the Shard, the Satanic, the Butterfly. You just become insanely tanky. You can't get the initial burst damage out.
At the same time, I feel like it is kind of a single core lineup where they've got 2 big percentage-based damage dealers on Gaimin Gladiators. tOfu, he'll deal with that ward. Tornado is going to catch a mid-stampede. A bit unfortunate there, but it looks like they're going to try and catch the Invoker.
Better stop.
They got him from behind. Ace shows up, and iNSaNiA, there's no way he could do enough heals to outdo that damage from Gaimin Gladiators. They will both die. This one will miss as Liquid do manage to get through the portal in time.
Liquid did leave their obs up there. Pretty good wards to smoke back to in the top lane. They can amp up again.
They are just targeting Nisha so hard. He shows up again. iNSaNiA is behind him with the heals, but it's just not enough, man. Way too much damage. And again, it means iNSaNiA, because he couldn't heal up his core enough. His core dies, and so will he.
This was Liquid responding. They brought miCKe, they brought Zai, they brought Boxi to this bottom lane to try and turn this That's going to be the big go time for Liquid. You have BKB on miCKe plus this Torrent Storm. That's your team fight. It's all coming together. If you can fight behind the Luna with the debuff immunity, you're going to be really happy in that situation because it is a lot of magical bursts coming out on Gaimin. Just got to pray you can hold your ground. BKB forced from dyrachyo.
That is definitely a small win here. Even better if they can get the egg in time, and it looks like they've got it no problem. Oh, Ace! It was a good attempt. If he hit Zai 2, there was a chance for the Phoenix to survive.
Another exit
now.
Yeah, he got him.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get him off the vision from the Sunstrike. He gets him off the X, pull him back in. The ball's going to land. miCKe pushed back by the dead shot. But Ace, he's going to be left alone. Gaimin Gladiators cutting their losses, and I think it's a smart play. Liquid did catch them out there, and they accept that.
Especially when dyrachyo had to TP out of the top off the BKB, so you know the Bloodseeker's not connecting to that fight. Yeah, that's just a green light for miCKe to join it. Gets the cleanup. This will push him towards that BKB, flying out right now.
Yeah, he doesn't have it though.
Yeah, where is it?
He has pushed that tower without actually having that one. He's going to be in some serious trouble unless his Torrent can stop the Reaper side, but Quinn is way too tanky. He's not dying to this, and he does bring down miCKe. The BKB only works if you get it out of your stash and into your inventory.
Unless you get him in an isolated situation with the vessel on top of everything else. And that means the front line is going to be very strong here. Zai's going to take a poke at it. Thinking about it.
Again, trying to pull heroes out of position. Gaimin Gladiators are not afraid of fighting under this. They have the high ground war.
Yeah, he wants anybody but Quinn right here.
Dual Scepter to hold Zai in place. Quinn, Spirit Vessel put onto him. They have the Torrent Storm, but he gets away thanks to the shard, but they do manage to pick off that support. tOfu goes down, and they back away. They check for high ground vision. It's not there. dyrachyo, he's actually cut in from behind. Zai's already so low. The bolt's coming in trying to help him out, but I don't think Liquid can really fight this anymore. Too many heroes from Gaimin Gladiators, and yeah, they're going to be losing 2 off this one. Godlike spree for Quinn. The man is just absolutely untouchable, and dyrachyo, his aggression is paying off potentially here as he's going in so deep. Oh no, that's too much, dyrachyo. They will maybe still catch Nisha. Yes, the rupture holds him in place. Maybe he feels that's worth it. Maybe he's not the real carry. After all, Quinn is the one dictating the strength of Gaimin Gladiator in these fights.
Giving up position on it, it's going to be an egg Roshan contest now. This is pretty damn difficult because your opportunity to find supports on the backline and start on them is very limited around this pit.
Seleri deep in the corner. How do you get this guy out of here?
What a torrent,
though. It's on 3. That's beautiful, but immediately the BKB going off. They are doing a lot of damage. The Necrophos is getting low. Can they finish?
Oh,
low, and it's just cleaning up with the glaives. And Seleri dove on through the pit, but he missed the Aegis. He was barely outside of that range. Gaimin Gladiators, they thought we are too strong to be beat right now, but that hubris cost them a massive fight. Oh, this is interesting. Boxi, they gave him all the farm that's coming in bottom lane. He's building a Lincoln, so they're going to try and protect their Luna. Even more buff ups. You said, you know, you've got so much to put on this Luna. You start putting some item upgrades in there like Lincolns. That would help do a lot to protect against Quinn. He just jumps in so deep there. The Eclipse is going to be doing a lot of damage. The Meteor on top of that one, but a quick full heal. miCKe aiming to finish off that tower. The Reaper sight's going to go off, but miCKe on his BKB, and Quinn is getting burned out here. They couldn't even get through the Aegis. And over 7 now, dyrachyo thinks they're just diving after miCKe, but again, he has the extra life. Even if they succeeded in that, it was still a failed plan for Gaimin Gladiators right outside of their own base.
And Ace left wondering, guys, on the initiation, what the hell are we doing here? It's just too much hubris, right? You think you're too tanky, you think you have too much regen, but the BKB timings and the vessel's doing work here, and now they're gonna drag you back in. Gaimin
pulls Seleri out of position.
Gaimin is crumbling for them very fast. He comes back down
with the tornado into the Sunstrike, popped before he can use the Supernova.
All it takes is one bad Torrent to ruin your day here. Down the barrel of a Luna with Aegis, a Butterfly, Grofo looking for that Satanic, and it's taking your racks.
Liquid can get a lot in that minute of time, but then as the Aegis expires, he picks up a Satanic. So even if that second life is gone in 50 seconds, he will have additionally a second life thanks to Satanic.
You gotta wear through this. You're looking down a second lane potentially. I mean, miCKe is just taking names right here, plus Sunstrikes.
Oh, and a magic dodge! Stops Ace entirely from getting that initiation. They're gonna keep the pressure up. With the barracks being revealed, they're going to try and burn out miCKe from a distance, but iNSaNiA can keep him healed up, even if there are no heroes to lifesteal off of. And they're actually just going to be able to walk away.
It's not like those Tidehunter games where blow the fight wide open. You get one jump, you're a pipe, and that's about it. Yeah. Eyeing him up.
Spotted here. This is what this Invoker, I feel like, has been so good at throughout the tournament, is being invis, running around the map, and finding these heroes who are trying to find some...
dyrachyo!
Oh, dyrachyo, what happened? Gone in an instant trying to help out Ace, and it looks like somebody must have... The Bloodseeker does it for them, and they straight up go for the high ground from here. They're likely to still catch Ace, as they've got him dead to rights in so many different ways. The X marks the spot, the Torrent to pull him back in. Yeah.
By the way, that was double damage on miCKe, so that's another reason that dyrachyo just got shredded there. Even level 20 for Zai, just going to amp up this Torrent Storm and the chaos in the fight. And if you don't get that burst and shorten the extension of that fight, Zai's going to take it over.
Quinn.
The problem with Kunkka.
He was trying to cut waves because he knows the final push is coming in, so he's hoping to be able to buy a few more seconds, but he's going to get caught out here. He is 100% dead, but he does have buyback. So he's going to have to use this for some desperate final hold from Gaimin Gladiators. We can't afford any pickoffs, but if they can get a pickoff on Boxi, that would help delay things a little bit. The Lincolns, though, is going to prevent the rupture, and he's out.
I mean, you're talking about this Necro has buy. Quinn has 5,300 gold. He is buying another item. He just doesn't know what the hell he wants in this game. I mean, it's got to be BKB. He's trying to get close on both. He could sell and get it here.
They're going to wait for the initiation, the attempted jump from Ace. Once again, a Manta dodge is able to get away from that hoof stomp, and they really cannot seem to
Quinn
do
got dragged.
Oh, he got pulled out from the tidal wave. Quinn's in trouble, but he does manage to use his shard to get out from the side. Still, though, buildings are exposed. You can reset all you want. Your buildings are still going to be in some trouble here, down to half health. But again, he has that Aegis, he has the Lincolns, he has Satanic to full heal him. Nothing is going to stop miCKe from claiming the Megas.
More rally around your Luna. Let him do the work. Let the Glaives do the work.
Luna is so good at being able to siege down tier 4s with those bouncing Glaives. Getting pretty low already off that bit of burst. See if they can get him again. The Manta dodges. miCKe, he is so on point with it, but he does get burned out anyway. Second life. BKB and Cheese are going to be ready to go for this one. Immediately feared up, though. Does get out the BKB. Turns around, fights dyrachyo. Dyrachyo has to get out of there.
That's BKB down, though. Ace, he wants to punish it. He doesn't get the stop, though.
They need to be able to slow down Liquid, but Liquid are actually going to turn underneath the Supernova, though. That one is going to be a little bit sticky, and Quinn jumps forward, takes his opportunity, the Reaper sight, but no! The save comes out just in time. Back to full he goes. He gets the cheese off, and now he's ready to rumble.
Ah, what a time-lapse timing. Just when you think you're going to get a Reaper kill after all the BKBs and the Glimmers are down. No, Boxi is waiting for you.
To see that attempt there, though, always the Death Seeker ready to go for Quinn. Get out.
Just start poking him down. Create a situation where you force Ace to jump, and then miCKe's going to have a good fight.
There it is. Pull him out of position. Hit him with the nullifier. See if they can get that BKB out of him, but Quinn doesn't hit the button. Hold strong for now, but they are taking damage on their tier 4s. The Megas start streaming in. Nice Torrent into Cataclysm, a beautiful setup, and that's going to be Ace going down with no buyback. And miCKe sees his opportunity now to be able to hit the tier 4s. Gaimin Gladiators back away. The throne is going to be exposed. dyrachyo tries to come in, sliced and diced by the Glaives. No contest whatsoever. They can take down anybody they want on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Liquid will complete the comeback in style and take it at 43 minutes.
And for as strong as that Necrophos looked for a lot of the game, he doesn't even get a Reaper off in that last fight. Luna just outputting way too much damage for dyrachyo to deal with. Gaimin, their lineup, it ran out of steam. They hit a couple roadblocks. They got 3-man torrented in the pit. And that was all she wrote, right? There's just no coming back from that point because all of a sudden the paradigm gets flipped. You're the ones who lack the damage. Your Centaur's running out of the ability to create the initiations that give you the burst damage. Who's setting up for who, right? You need a Necro that needs damage to come in. You need a Bloodseeker that needs damage to come in. And the Centaur can't do it for you. This Pugna is causing you a lot of problems on the back line. Boxi with the itemization between the Lincolns and the Ags providing double effective save on these cores. It's just a nightmare to play this single burst lineup into.
You got to imagine a bit of shell shock there from Gaimin Gladiators. They looked the part too. They know that Roshan fight, that's going to be haunting them for a while, but they've got to be able to reset. Elimination fully on the line now. Since they've been here, they've been into 2-0 through all of this one, but now they're one game away from being knocked out of the International, and they're going to have to clear their minds. We're going to clear our minds as well as we head to the panel and break down that game one. I feel Gaimin Gladiators have a really nice setup here. The panel definitely focused on that, the fact that Razor may not be the best hero in the meta right now, but it is a good late Razor game.
I mean, of course, Mod 2 is on the panel, so you have to take a look. Get that bias in your direction. Doesn't hurt. But a lot does come down to the first 10 minutes here. We saw Liquid go toe-to-toe with Gaimin in that game 1. Now, Gaimin came out a little bit ahead on
dyrachyo, you can't be forward to die already in this lane, but he does.
That is not a kill I expect. This is a double range lane versus a Tide. You see Zai, he's still continuing to struggle in this Razor matchup. I mean, he's just hoping he has some ancient stacks or something to fall back on at this point. It's not going to be one of those Tide lanes where you get a hammer and start beating down the tower. This
First rotation coming out from Liquid, double supports, but at the same time from behind, there is going to be this Pango showing up. If they can finish off dyrachyo, it'd be worth it, but they can't quite get him. He's hidden away into the trees. dyrachyo's out of sight, and now Zai gets bumped back. He goes for iNSaNiA instead, an easier kill for sure, and dyrachyo is the one to claim the turnaround kill.
This is such a hard kill, even with all the supports coming bottom for Liquid. Outnumber the core. Create a situation where if you get the big kill on these tanky boys, you get so much XP back.
Yeah, so they make a move bottom, and if that doesn't work, make the move on top with Nisha. And Ace doesn't have its level 6, so he's pretty squishy once caught by some disables.
This is exactly what you want to do. It's also an item that can sometimes catch the backline, right? You're looking at a Morta Phoenix lineup. If you can catch these two supports back there and take them out of the fight, even with a single torrent.
They got it just before the Rolling Thunder gets off, but still saved by the silence from tOfu, and they could still try and chase down Nisha here. Hit him with the dead shot, push him into the bear. The phase boots chasing after him, slow him down, immediately got entangled, but he did have that illusion rune. Quickly dispels that. Rolling Thunder on its way, the big ball. It's Nisha once, twice. Ravage, though, on the side, though. No follow-up to this Rolling Thunder. Quinn's going to be left alone now as he's caught in the X. That magic immunity will not last forever, and he's pulled back into his death.
He's just going to push up here and give him the vision to maybe just push in the mid tower. That's been one of the biggest problems here. Like, how are you dealing with the damage? Game 1, you had a Reaper to just cut through it before it did its work, but here, it's a very deep smoke. Very important smoke for Gaimin if they can hit this. They are a little too low.
Okay, might walk back into
or
it
are they?
Here.
The greed.
Perfect opportunity. Mask Command is going up, but miCKe cannot get far away in time. The dead shot repositions him right into that, not even needing the Rolling Thunder to hit a few times. And dyrachyo already made this rotation over, so kind of similar to the move that Liquid did earlier with Zai.
Also, I think the itemization on Gaimin, it's interesting, because you went this Midas on dyrachyo.
Yeah.
So this is, you know, not the BKB rush. He's not going to join some early fights. Another boat on Quinn with the Crep Amping. See you later.
There's a good reason for the Torn Storm there as well, I guess.
As double damage on Nisha, prompting a Liquid Smoke, looking for the Razor down here with the duo that has bursted cores the whole game. Could be an awkward angle. They should get it.
They got him. Magic damage coming in. It's too much.
Man, this single combination between the Crep and all the magic damage. Very effective, very efficient on the map. You're not committing numbers for these ganks. Look for miCKe mid, get some mana burn. Quinn again diving very deep.
Rolling Thunder gets off, but he's already at half health. He's going to have to run away, especially with Nisha showing himself on a double damage. Nice dead shot. Keep him away. They want to make sure the X marks the spot, doesn't hit that Pango. Get him pulled back after the Rolling Thunder. Instead, it hits Seleri, but he immediately pops the Supernova. And they're actually kind of in a bad position here. The Torrent Storm does well. That's going to help out that shot. Push him back into the silence. Quinn's trying to lip away. That double damage is dangerous, but he doesn't have the attack speed to get the swing in.
Liquid overextending in the river as Ace makes a backswing. They gave him so much ancient priority around that triangle. It's go time for Ace. He needs to take this game over in the next few minutes.
Oh, the sentry in the corner. Boxi, no doubt he doesn't know exactly where that ward is. He's going to try and get out of the way, but the Plasma will nix him, and the Radiance will burn him down.
And that's a 3x streak, so more gold into Ace's pocket. Already back up to 1,000 directly after that reveal. He took a tier 2 bottom. He's really happy about that. You get it for free, but not if you're giving up heroes in the river at the same time. And remember, a lot of this game to me is about the lone drew pace versus how much the Tide Hunter can take the fights.
Blink gets disabled. He is tanky though. Making his way back to the tier 2. Nisha's here on top of that one. He's going to throw on. Oh, what a hit! What a big Ravage on the floor with the follow-up of the boat. Isn't enough burst damage though. It's not quite enough. They need a little bit more. The heals start coming in onto Nisha. They prioritize keeping people alive while Zai jumps forward to try and finish up this bear. And the bigger bear, Quinn, rolling interception, trying to stop these heroes from pushing in, but they kill the bear and the big one, and they both go down together. Gaimin Gladiators will lose both their supports and this lone druid that they have funneled so much gold into.
That is the power of ancient camps and stacking them.
Yeah, that one death early on. It's the only kind of action he's really had to worry about. Dyrachyo again. This is the second time in this series that he's picked up his BKB and immediately has to use it defensively.
It's just not what you want.
Trying to jump onto Quinn. Once again, the X stops the Rolling Thunder. The burst magic damage is so good against this Pango. They have just enough disables and just enough magic damage to finish him off.
That was perfectly executed. One miCKe is happy to take a bit easier this time. Claiming that Aegis.
Avery, this is looking like a Liquid who could hit high ground pretty damn soon.
Yeah, they can. They absolutely have a lot of push power behind the beefy frontliners in the Pugna. That's what they like about this lineup. This is a strong push. Catapult's going to remain up. I mean, where's the poke? They're letting Liquid get a lot of damage for free here. No swashbuckles, no fire spirits.
Luna Siege, it is all the more dangerous once your tier 3 is down and you start getting those bouncing glaives into play. Trying to pull Dyrachyo out of position, almost got him, but he pushed a little bit over to the side instead. Harpoon pulling in the Kunkka. Now
committed rolling.
Follow this one up.
He has no BKB, you gotta remember.
Yeah, that's gonna be Nisha dying straight up immediately. Now Liquid left at a 4 versus 5. He's gonna stand his ground, but Quinn, what a hit on through with a swashbuckle, almost finishing up. The Radiant's gonna run down miCKe on his first life. He's gonna come back and there's nobody left alive. No supporting cast whatsoever of Liquid. They are absolutely gonna be losing 4 here and absolutely nothing claimed on the side of Liquid. What a disaster. That Luna is not going to be able to deal with the bear nearly as well as she was just 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Things are aligning really well for Ace. I mean, he is still gigantic in this game, right? And the benefit of the Wraith Bands here is he already has his 2 big items completed. So it's not like he's hurting the timing of anything here. He just gets free armor and agi galore. No other Rolling Thunder on Nisha.
Nisha could force half up to the high ground.
Immunity.
Helped out by the supports. They have the anchor on Quinn, but they don't feel good about taking this one, especially with Dyrachyo getting right in the middle of them with his BKB. They pop the flop still, and miCKe is actually okay with fighting this one for now, but they retreat.
Yeah, but look at Ace.
BKB.
Look at Ace in the back.
Away, and yeah, Ace sees his opportunity. He's going to be able to catch up to miCKe, slow him down. The Torrent Storm trying to help him out. Another 4 stab, but he won't get far enough away. The carry of Liquid is dead for 60 seconds, and they're on the run now. 2 dead. Gaimin Gladiators playing some clean Dota now after a bit of a rough game 1.
I mean, they're smoked. They want the flank. Want the backstab that push from Liquid. You know if they get on the back line, they're happy with the fight. You take this Pugna and Ench out. Dyrachyo, he is just going to run in. Man does not give a damn.
But he gets ravaged.
Or does
they burst him down in time. The Rolling Thunder is going to try and stop things, and Dyrachyo gets off his BKB. Now he's going to be able to fight back. miCKe forcing forward, trying to put the damage onto Dyrachyo, but underneath the Supernova, the Dragon's Eye back into it, and miCKe has to start running away, but the bear is on the other side.
Clean it house.
Sandwiches Liquid in this, and they are done for in this fight. They cannot stop the bear. Liquid, another aggressive engagement from them, another utter disaster. They trade 1 for 5. They don't need the Razor to hit high ground.
Might just be too many lives to get through. Can Liquid make magic happen around the pit once more? They're late to the party this time. No blind 3-man Torrent for you.
They're still going to try and take a fight. Though it seems like Gaimin Gladiators are aware of this situation. They are going to be pushing it.
It's all inside. You need a good Ravage jump on support.
Can he get the Dream Initiation? It's just the Phoenix and maybe that Lone Druid. Backline still got the Supernova. And now comes the Rolling Thunder. The 8 dies, but are you going to be able to fight this one? Once again, they're trying to kite out this BKB of miCKe. Dyrachyo's in deep though. Want to make use of this Aegis. Clear space for the rest.
That Torrent Storm.
Disarming a lot of them. The Torrent Storm bouncing off Gaimin Gladiators up
Bear dead.
And this team fight is too much.
No summon.
The bear dies before Dyrachyo's back into play. Well, they're running out of firepower. miCKe's low, but he's getting the heals out from Boxi. Is he able to stay alive here? Another tidal wave coming in, trying to help him out. The disarm helps a bit, but they realize it. They have run out of power. They start retreating. They cannot save miCKe. They'll leave whoever is left behind. It's going to be 3 down on the side of Liquid, but it was a fair engagement to them. They were trapped up against an Aegis, and they still managed to do okay.
Wear out as well. Triple 4 staff for Liquid, so they have some kiting potential. And they're gonna need it.
If they know that, hey, hit the high ground really, really quickly, and you can get some buildings before they can TV back in time. The range barracks is the first to fall.
Just let the bear do the dirty work here.
Yep. Bear is perhaps expendable.
So there's some jump burst potential from Liquid. Take advantage of the lack of buybacks right now if they want to take the gamble.
There is a double damage on Dyrachyo.
Yeah, there's also that looming in the bottle right now. And he's just ninja gearing in.
Zai puts himself on the front lines. They're immediately going to pounce onto him. Seeing if they can chase him down, slow him down, pull him back in as much as possible. They're trying to reset, and he did manage to get a blink away. So they are really resetting off this one. The refresh immediately put to use. Dyrachyo,
oh, it's a man fight.
One fight against miCKe. He's going to be able to win it. He is. No problems there whatsoever. And he doesn't give a damn about your water park ride, Mr. Kunkka. He's going to fight through this one. Oh, the rap's coming up. He's going to maybe be
still alive.
He gets a little bit of life going out, but Dyrachyo is still up. The last little bit of damage coming out from iNSaNiA is not going to be enough. Dyrachyo this time. He mans up this time. He challenges Team Liquid, and he is the one left still standing in the end.
Puts miCKe in the dirt with that second BKB. No way Luna wins that man fight in round 2. It was good kiting initially from Liquid, but the longevity here in the items, the satanic, and this Razor aggression has paid off in game 2.
And with the bear, they can end it right here, right now. Liquid, they don't have the buybacks. I think they're just hoping Gaimin Gladiators don't actually go for the throat.
Not even close to buybacks. This is a game 2 win for sure here. So we're going to get a game 3 between these two teams. An absolute beauty of a series right now as Gaimin strike back with a lineup that very similar setup in terms of the push power, some sustain, but they made sure they had a lot more scale in the back pocket and were prepared to take those 30-40 minute team fights in the 5-on-5 scenarios, right? And I think this game showed it felt a lot more comfortable for them. And Liquid, they went with this Luna 4 protect 1 type of strategy round 2. Didn't pay off in the same way at all because miCKe just couldn't take those later man fights versus the cores.
Yep.
And you didn't have that big Roshan swing to regain a lot of the momentum for your carry.
And dare I say it, Avery, a lesson from this series does feel like the fact that both times, game 1, we had Gaimin Gladiators, they took a lead, they tried to hit high ground, they lost control of the game. Now it was Liquid who had the early lead.
Oh, yeah.
They tried to hit the high ground, they immediately lost control of the game. The TI pressure cooker, man, it definitely gets to people, and these teams have both slipped up and lost control of the game when they had it firmly in hand. And we'll see whether or not what happens in game 3, whether or not they're going to elevate each other or if the pressure breaks these teams down, and who's going to remain the strongest in the end when they need it most. Ace is going to be in some trouble here, surrounded by Liquid members. And that'll be first blood to miCKe.
Nice little positioning by Liquid. 5 heroes to a rune can almost never go wrong, and I'm surprised we don't see teams do it more. Liquid are continuing to abuse them on the lane here. Wraith King, not the strongest level 1 and 2 hero. You're really looking for that 3 to 5, and you really want to get kills or good lane pressure out of the skeletons. Just hasn't happened for Ace so far.
Back gonna be in trouble here. He gets one last stomp off before he goes.
Level advantage. Zai here and taking advantage of early Falcon Blade for some regen. This is a very strong start for Dyrachyo, top of the board here. These extra kills mean a lot for Weaver in this early game in terms of a snowball carry. This is probably the best one in the meta. They're straight back onto Zai bottom, and it should be a pickup here with that blood grenade taking him out.
It's great reads from Gaimin Gladiators. In fact, they get the kill on the top lane as well. Seeing the Skywrath mage TP mid, they knew it was perfectly fine to be able to dive a centaur like they're doing, and now they're just trickling in one by one. Boxi underneath the towers being assaulted, and they can't really do much about it. He's going to try and hide, healing salve a little bit just to stay alive long enough for the Centaur to get here, but it's too late. Zai cannot punish Dyrachyo.
And the creep wave went past that tier 1, so Zai lost the flag bearer creep. He lost XP on that double salve down the drain. So far in this game 3, it's looking solid.
Power runes well controlled by Gaimin Gladiators, it looks like. Top lane.
Oh, that's a big rune.
Double damage. Quinn trying to pounce, misses out thanks to the phase shift, but does manage to name him with the remnant, and the dead shot from across the screen shows up for tOfu to get the last hit, but if they can get Quinn in return, Quinn knows he can't get away, so he'll accept his fate.
He's probably happy to get the kill on Nisha, shut Nisha down. That's a big swing in XP for him that is unfavorable towards Nisha, but Quinn hunting this next wave into the power rune. tOfu lingering around as well. I mean, this is one Liquid want to contest for sure. They're going to bring both supports.
They know this time is going to be coming, trying to pull him back into the falling, and it was enough. Beautifully executed by Gaimin Gladiators. Just as iNSaNiA and Boxi were making their rotation through the river, it could not have been better executed. It could not have been better timed. That'll be pretty interesting considering how reliant Liquid is on burst. Right? Their first 4 heroes we see in this game are all magic damage burst. They want to be able to get the numbers advantage. That Aghanim Scepter could ruin that entire concept. Coil underneath tower. Calling hits him. a second time with the dead shot, pushing him back in. tOfu is playing this Muerta beautifully.
Showing the strength of it too. This is just not a spell you can dodge, and Nisha is struggling in this mid lane, getting outnumbered constantly, not winning the rune battles. Quinn outlaned him slightly and it created the advantage.
Oh, didn't get the silence off in time. He got off the Shukuchi as a result. And now they're going to turn. Quinn's going to show up with the astral steps and catch Zai. Going for more now. dyrachyo offering the high five as he picks up the courier instead of going for the support.
This is going to be a faster Radiance. 13.5 minutes here. In fact, 13 on the dot. He finishes it on the courier.
It's going to be crazy good timing. A pickup, they have to get this. They committed so many heroes for it. They do manage to bring down dyrachyo. Almost got Seleri as well. Zai just barely outside of that range.
And miCKe, Scotty, take a fight around those items. Keep finding the pickoffs with the puck off cooldown and stall this game out.
Pick off on miCKe here behind the tier 2. Seleri completes the TP, spots miCKe. Quinn gets behind him now. See if they can burst him down. They've got plenty of silences and stuns to make sure there's no chance at a sunder. And thanks to the skeletons, they can get some good damage on the tier 2. Meanwhile, dyrachyo dodged a gank attempt. So they were both gunning for the enemy carry, but it's Gaimin Gladiators who succeed.
Those are the things that have to line up here, which is why you need Zai and Nisha to create the initiation or at least take the brunt of the go. Echo finished for the Void Spear here as
that info is going to be a little bit troublesome. Breaks the smoke move and goes for the pick off onto tOfu. It's not immediate. In fact, iNSaNiA, who tried to jump forward to finish him off, is going to be running into the silence. They trade out supports though. Zai trying to find a target somewhere in this, only stomping up Seleri, but Seleri doesn't care. He's pretty tanky. In fact, he turns around. miCKe is going to be stalled up. They do manage to bring down the Wraith King the first time, while the Skywrath Mage is going to be left victim to dyrachyo's aggression. miCKe now trying to get out, but too many heroes are there. A double kill for Quinn and a 1-for-4 exchange for Gaimin Gladiators.
Muerta continually causing Liquid problems in these fights. It's so hard to engage into this calling, plus the dead shot is going to be a mountain to climb.
Smoke up tOfu and Quinn, just like that last game where we saw the killing power of the Pugna plus Kunkka go to work. This combo has been equally deadly. They're going to try and put it to work on Zai once again, slowing down his Blink Dagger time and time again. The dead shot does not land. Can Quinn finish the job? He's going to jump in, but immediately gets stopped up, and the overextension. Oh, he's got just a little bit left. Oh, he gets away to simulate on out, and they cannot finish the job. Even iNSaNiA on the other side. Quinn doubles back, sees the support trying to get the kill, but he dances away freely, and now iNSaNiA has got himself killed as well.
2,000 HP on a mid backline jumper. I mean, that is the Echo Ogre Club build paying off for Quinn here, and Zai's game is just, it's been decimated here. We are feeling it as Liquid are also feeling it, trying to rally around these tower defense, and I mean, this is coming down to miCKe, right?
Oh, Matt CP's but the coil wasn't in time. Managed to get the blink backwards. They're gonna have to just hope they get Seleri, but even that, Gaimin Gladiators are showing they're willing to turn around and fight, and Zai's gonna die again before he gets his blink dagger. The initiation missing, and pieces of it will continue to be missing as they lose yet another fight on the side of Liquid. Now they are getting desperate. Nisha cutting waves like this. Muted.
Not if the fight starts with Ace just going in, right? That's the nightmare for Liquid. If Ace just starts the fight, you have to punch through him twice. He's gonna have his freedom. BKB also done for Ace. So one of those lives, he's gonna be running around immune for 9 seconds. But we did get the Scotty on miCKe, and this is one of the big comeback mechanisms for Liquid. If you can get a good fight with a reflection on Ace with Scotty just kiting out these heroes.
Seleri cuts him off, but oh, 10 HP, he does die in the end. Meanwhile, mid lane, they actually are fighting this one out. Quinn, once again, survives on just a little bit of damage. He actually went for that kill, you madman. The block, the shield is just enough to get Seleri out of it, but miCKe, he's going to be in trouble. As soon as Zai dies, they're going to turn all their attention over to this guy. The Aether in the lands. He gets it just on the tip. Quinn survives and gets miCKe killed with his final touch.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Coming fast. 2 minutes left on the Aegis here. Do you go high ground?
Yeah, I mean, they already dipped it down to half, so might as well.
You are going high ground.
They try and burst him, take away that Aegis as quick as possible. Not enough. Zai dies for pretty much nothing, because dyrachyo just shrugs off that damage with the time lapse. And the glyph will only stall Gaimin Gladiators for so long. Liquid, they are in desperate straits now. A little bit of heal put onto miCKe, but you don't have to worry about the heroes if you're Gaimin Gladiators. You can focus on the objectives.
Yeah, just wait for Ace to jump right. These reflections are what hurt. If miCKe keeps getting these off, This is what will actually deal the damage in the fight. That's why the
that
jump
radiance
is
back around. Instant silence under the coil. Is it enough damage though? Once again, he's held in place, but he's too tanky. miCKe can't quite commit. Not with Gaimin Gladiators. The rest of Heroes surging forward. They got that one kill. Immediate buyback though from iNSaNiA to hold this lane of barracks. Gaimin Gladiators will respect it. Welcome, Matt. On the front middle lane.
Nobody's home.
Gaimin Gladiators just walk right through the door, take the lane of barracks. There are no tier 2s. So they can translate this into even more. Team Liquid will be forced back to defend at some point.
No defense, no contest, as that meta is still 50 seconds off cooldown here.
I think
Feels like an eternity.
It doesn't feel like Liquid is getting an item. It's not like, oh, we gave up 2 lanes of barracks, but now we have this. This will help us win everything. As, oh, Nisha gets caught up by that one. Phase shift, he's able to blink away. The clawing's going to be a problem, but he does manage to blink, but straight into the arms of dyrachyo. Easily takes up that kill and looks for more. iNSaNiA's going to be claimed out. That's a dieback for him. Zai dies right next to the fountain. Gaimin Gladiators are way too strong for Liquid right now, and they're going to go for the killing blow by taking Megas in the bottom lane. Again, there is really nothing rolling in for Liquid. miCKe is desperately trying to farm up a BKB, but he's one whole component away.
Ace straight back in.
Almost one-shotting Boxi. Barely even needed Quinn's help.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to go with this meta. 5 seconds on the cooldown for miCKe. Just praying he has enough time to get this, use it, make something happen.
Managed to grab him. Dies again. Zai.
Where's the team? They're all dead. I mean, meta.
miCKe against the world. Ace immediately going to jump onto him. Anybody help out miCKe? No chance at Asunder, and GG is called. Gaimin Gladiators will do it for the 22nd time this season. They will bring down Team Liquid. They've had their number all year round, and they will prove it on the biggest stage that Dota 2 has to offer.
That is a very frustrating defeat for Liquid. I mean, this has been their nemesis the whole season long, and most of it's been in the grand finals. Here you're in the lower bracket elimination match. That game 2, the game 1 especially, where those high grounds went wrong for both teams, right? Either of those games can come back to haunt you depending on if you win or lose this series. And as Liquid drop down here, it's one of those series where you go back, you play that game a bunch of times, how many versions of it do you win, right? And I mean, a hell of a season from both teams here. They will meet each other yet again. So much respect between these two.
For one final time at this year's TI, we're going to say goodbye to Team Liquid, one of the most consistent teams, but never able to find that championship, and sadly it'll slip through their fingers this year. Gaimin Gladiators, though, holding strong in that lower bracket. I mean, we set up the stage early on at Riyadh. We talked about how this team was always going through the upper bracket, always take an easy road to be able to get to the finals, but then they got knocked down at Riyadh. They get knocked down at TI. They prove that they're also a lower bracket run team as they do it against their nemesis in Team Liquid.
I mean, resilience, it's a hell of a quality to have, right? And it shows itself here. It's showing across the course of the year. The team has a lot of fans. They also have a lot of haters. It's a mixed bag across the board, but damn do they look good when they're winning, and when they're building momentum, they are one of the scariest teams in the world.
Absolutely. Love to be able to watch some more Gaimin Gladiators game, and we're going to do it here at TI as we head back to the panel for some more series to come.